wait till you see what we're able to do in a fairly quick period of time. So I went out, as you know, we won New York big. We won everything, but we won New York big. Originally, and I owe it to them, because drugs are pouring across the border, and New Hampshire was my first victory. So I love New Hampshire. And you look at the streams and the beautiful trees and the rivers, New Hampshire people, obviously. I love you too, thank you. But it was my first victory. We won New Hampshire. That was supposed to be Bush, and he spent many times more than me. Wouldn't it be nice to hear, as a president, I've spent less money on this campaign than anybody else by far, and I've had the best result by far. Isn't that nice? But isn't that what you want for your president? Okay, are we tired of this horrible stuff that we witnessed? Every single thing we do, over budget, way behind schedule, we're going to change. You know, I'm building a hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue between the White House and the Capitol building. The old post office. It's 1.5 years. Really, it's more than that. I even hate to say it because nobody believes. It's actually 2 years. But I like to say 1 year. But we're opening in September a hotel at least 1.5 years ahead of schedule, under budget, and yet it's a higher quality hotel than anybody ever saw before. I think it'll end up being one of the great hotels of the world, and we're ahead of schedule, under budget, and yet we've increased the scope of the hotel. It's going to be something our country's proud of. I made the deal with the GSA, Government Services, one of the most competitive deals in the history of government services. They made it for 2 reasons. Number one, they wanted to make sure it gets done, and they looked at my balance sheet and they almost fell off their chairs. They said, it's going to get done. Number two, that was important because they don't want a half-built hotel. The other thing, they wanted a great concept. Wait till you see this. Now, I love opening it on September 15th. Maybe I should wait till like around November 2nd or 3rd, because that's going to be a big opening. And the problem with you guys is you tend to forget we have like a 2-week span. We have a 2-week memory span. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'll open it up a little bit later. I'll still be so far, but it's going to be fantastic. That's what we should be doing for our country. You see our roads coming in so far above budget. You see our bridges. We don't build bridges for the most part. You know, in the old days, we used to build bridges. You go to China, bridges all over the place. It makes our bridges look like toys. Beautiful airports. You go to the Middle Eastern countries, many of them. They have airports the likes of which you've never seen, the most incredible structures, the most incredible buildings, and then we fly home and we land at LaGuardia with the potholes all over the runway. It's true. Or Kennedy, or Newark, or LAX, and it's a disgrace. We have become a third world country, folks, and it's not going to happen any longer. It's not going to happen any longer. So, what happened in Indiana was amazing. So we win all these states: New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Delaware, Connecticut, Maryland. And by the way, won every county in every state. It's never happened before. Won by landslides, where even the slime sitting over there, they used to say, they can't say it anymore, because now we're getting 78% and all, but they used to say, Donald Trump has not cracked 50%. Yes, he's won, but he hasn't cracked 50%. I say there's 12 people running. There's 12. More importantly, and boy, are we cracking 50% now. More importantly, in the history of the Republican Party, we've received more votes than anybody by far, by millions. And we have 10 states left to go. 10 states. And they'll never say that. They don't say that, so, you know, I might as well tell you. You know the expression, if you don't toot your own horn, you better do it because nobody else is going to do it for you. This slime is never going to do it. That I can tell.